Good evening, global crypto enthusiasts. This is 88 Fantastic coming to you June 11th, 2019 with my first ever crypto project full review. Okay, so before we get started here, I haven't done this before. This is actually my first one. So we got to start with the disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research before entering this market. And as always, my number one rule, always check that address bar before you're hitting that enter button, people. All right, so before we get into this, I need to give you guys a quick background of myself. I don't think I've ever told you actually my work history and why I can come on and talk about the things that I do, and I love it so much, and rah, 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 rah. I got 17 years in past work history with Canada's largest employer, helping set up a lot of their new franchises over the last few years. Before that, I had also worked for the Reader's Digest of America, did that for 6 years. I did my own provincial sales, looked after the entire province. For my American friends, if you don't know what a province is, it's a bigger version of what a state is. So I would look, if I was in the States, I would have been looking after an entire state. And then my most recent job I was at for 2.5 years, I was working with local Canadian companies and showing them how to turn organic waste into clean, carbon neutral biofuel within 24 hours. And with that job for a couple of years, and that also led into a lot of dealings with local municipalities and federal and provincial as well, right? So excuse me, just having a smoke here. We're getting ready to this. I like doing this stuff, and I didn't even know what this thing was until I heard about it on the weekend. So that's just a quick background on me, and also now in the cryptocurrency space, I've got. We sat down and figured it out the other day. I got approximately 4,700 hours of actual study time and into these projects. So when I see something new, I want to check it out. So on the weekend, we did 40 coins for you guys in position and potential movers throughout the year, and a gentleman had asked me on Reddit to look into this thing called Bomb. He thought that this project was going to be something spectacular coming down the road. I had never heard of it, so now let's go have a look at it. And I'm just going to give this, you need to look at it from my point of view. Everybody else that has reviewed these, I've watched a couple of them, you're getting the cryptocurrency what could version, and I really like them. Anybody that does these, I don't slam it. But again, it's one perspective from that angle. So we're going to take it from that side today, but we're going to add what the real life aspect of it is. So I'm going to sit behind my desk and assume that everything that we're going to punch up right here, right now for you guys is the Bomb team sitting in front of me, and they're going to present it. So before we get into that, what we do is we're going to go to their website. And I have said in the past with many, many things, other than the original Bitcoin, if it doesn't have a face, it doesn't get $1. Okay, so the first thing we do in all of these websites that we, with all of the cryptos, skip the window dressing right at the front, and I want to go see, where's your team? First. All right, the Bomb Squad. The project is fueled by an open source network of individuals passionate about making Bomb the deflationary asset of the centralized world. Here are just a few of the amazing community members pushing the vision forward. All right, so there's your team leader. He's got a LinkedIn. You've got another guy on LinkedIn, and then we got Instagram, LinkedIn's, and Instagram, and that's it so far. So let's see what we say here. A failed programmer who hasn't had a soda in 12. Okay, not serious whatsoever. A world traveler when not wrecked. Okay, first and foremost, if you guys are sitting across from the table from me and this is how you're explaining yourself and your business to me, that's automatically a red flag. You got to be serious in this. Again, sitting from the business aspect of it, not the cryptocurrency. Real life, not the cryptocurrency aspect of it. So I'm giving red flags right off the bat to how you're presenting yourself, because that just would not work if you were coming into my office. Sorry. All right, now we'll start at the beginning. Let's see what we got up here on their actual website, how it works. Bomb is a social experiment and financial case study to measure the feasibility of a deflationary currency. A social experiment and a financial case study. Okay, if that's the case, why is there any money going in or out of this? If it's a social experiment and a case study. Another red flag. Jeepers. The problem, despite over, what is that? We'll go with, what is that, 13 billion in public capital allocated to the decentralized world in the first half of 2018 alone. Over 1,000 projects are now dead. Actually, in 2018, it was closer to 2,000 projects. It was a minimum of 1,880 last time I checked. While there are many reasons for this decline, we believe the token velocity problem to sit at the forefront in the short. Token velocity is the speed at which tokens circulate their native platforms and ecosystems. Okay. The vision, the invention of BTC gave the world a currency that everyone could trust outside the hands of government or third parties. In addition to decentralization, BTC offered an asset that could not be artificially printed or inflated. Through this discovery, many other projects began to specialize and focus on doing one thing extremely well. And they give their examples of privacy with Monero, speed with Nano, cross-border with Stellar, deflation, none. BOM has a vision of becoming the deflationary currency of the decentralized world. Okay, that's about enough of the actual webpage that I can take myself. Again, there's when you're putting up articles of he said, she said, and then, yoy, that's just, this isn't solid, nothing whatsoever. Again, from the business aspect of it, and we'll talk about the crypto aspect of it as soon as we're done. Okay, so we're done with the actual web page over here. We'll get out of there. Now let's go start looking into everything else. Okay, so we got a market cap sitting at 5.8 million. We've got a 24-hour average of 500,000. Circulating supply compared to total supply, what is that? We're probably sitting at close to 75 to 80%. Let's see the markets you're on right now. You are on Mercatox and DDEX. And with that trading volume right there, that's absolutely terrifying because that is could be the same person, literally, not many. That is just absolutely no volume at all. So we would have to wait for this thing to actually market itself, start to shine a little bit, gain some momentum, and hopefully add 3 or 4 more at least. Let's check its charts now. We are on the all. All-time high of 1237. What was that, yesterday? The day before? And that is just crazy. Anyways, it's a lot easier when we go over to the other sites. All right, so here we are over at Coin Checkup. Open channels, 70%. That's bad. That needs to be at 100%. Product strength, 26%. That's what it says, what it is right there. That needs to be at least at the 75% mark. GitHub activity at 55%. Could still see some improvement on there. Coin strength at 66%. That is weak. That needs to get up to at least 85%. Brand awareness, again, if you ever plan on getting anywhere in this market, anywhere in this world, crypto or real, that needs to get up to 100%. Same with your social media. 20% on social media, that is pitiful. And I know we saw in there somebody's attached to Reddit on this program, so your social media is at 20%, and you're a Redditor guy. Come on. All right, what else we got on here? We'll keep checking through this here. It's not looking so good. And here's the explanation why on their point systems over here. Again, I don't have to go through this when I look at it. These guys do it. 20 points on Twitter. That's it. Nothing on YouTube. No blogging. Nothing on Facebook. Ay. We did markets, purpose. We'll go through that once. We've done that. Again, the fact that it's announced as a social experiment and a financial case study is as terrifying to a real world business person. Oh, again, just some crazy articles on it already. All right, so we're done at that site right now. We'll check our resources over here. What else they got? Not a whole bunch. Not a whole bunch. Anything special over on CoinGecko? CoinGecko's got it ranked at 358, and over here it's ranked at 470, I do believe. 2 different rankings. Again, with the market cap, on one place showing it at 5.8, the other one showing it at 7. Again, very, very small volume, easily manipulated, needs some serious marketing, or the team really needs to get their social media going. All right, so what is going to be my conclusion on this one? And again, we didn't really have to dive into it very hard. the two aspects of it, okay, the real world business aspect of it, if I'm looking at this across the table with this team right now, I'm bringing in my long-term investing team, and I'm telling them if anybody in my long-term investing team puts $1 into this thing, I'm going to shove my foot up their ass so hard they'll be chewing on fucking shoelaces for the rest of their lives. This is a complete red flag for long-term investing. Now, on the cryptocurrency side of it, they need to get their shit together and start marketing and showing a little more seriousness on, to me, it just looks like a bunch of people got together in a community. Somebody can program, they add it onto the ETH chain, and they're trying to make $1. Okay, that's the cryptocurrency side of it. Now, in saying that, again, we know in the cryptocurrency market, money's going to go wherever it's going to go. Now, with a $5 to $7 million market cap, and a 24-hour volume, I do believe is at $1 million yesterday. That means this price can move either way, up and down, any time of the day, 24/7. So for my short-term guys that I would have in my office, the day trader guys, the swing trader guys, I wouldn't allow them to trade it right away. But say if they could get onto a KuCoin eventually, or 2 or 3 more decent exchanges and get that volume up to the 4 to 5 million per 24 hour. This is one that's market cap is so low. As long as you're paying attention, you could probably do a handful of nice swing trades. There's some nice dailies on it once in a while, but just now is not the time for this. It still needs to mature a little bit, and they need to get out into the social circle and really start doing some damage rather than doing what they just did there on their webpage. And that webpage, by the way, too, is bloody awful. I mean, honestly, the webpage itself looks like it's childish and just instantly put together. And if I'm a business guy right now, like I said, I'm screaming to my investors, stay away, because it looks like a scam on that side of it. In the cryptocurrency market, it doesn't matter because it's unregulated. So again, that's what we got. So I say real world, I wouldn't put $1 into this cryptocurrency side of it. Short, day trader, swing trader, wait for it to get onto a couple of more exchanges, and then really start to pay attention. Then you can probably make a few bucks on it. So that's my first ever review. Hopefully come out and bash it. If you want me to come in and look at something, I'll gladly do it. But that's the way I do it myself, and that's the way I've done it with the previous 1,500 to 1,800 projects from 2017 and 18, is literally start with the team, look at the face. Is this even worthy of looking into it further? You'll be able to tell by just the basic write-ups if people are just fucking yanking your chain or whatever, and that's what I think's happening here too. I just don't see this thing gaining any traction or getting anywhere other than pump and dump. So that's all I got for you guys. Come into the chat room, let me know what's up. I'm gonna put this all over the place, and we'll see what you guys say about it. This is 88 Fantastic, showing you how to take a bite out of the cryptocurrency market. Take care, y'all.